Blake Lehman. I'm 17 years old. I was sentenced to 55 years for murder. My name's Ireland McKeegan. I'm 16 years old and I got sentenced for 10 years for robbery. I'm Marquise Lee. I'm 18 years old and I got 15 years for aggravated battery. I'm Jesus Mercedes Perez. I'm 17 years old and I got sentenced to 65 years for murder.
This is Wabash Valley Correctional Facility in the American state of Indiana. This 90-acre maximum security compound is home to over 2,000 of the state's most notorious criminals. The convicts are imprisoned by a 15-foot high fence topped with razor wire, a secondary electrified fence, 6 guard towers, and over 750 staff. Block D is unique. Inside live 40 teenagers. Teenagers so troublesome and violent, they've been tried and convicted as adults. They've committed everything from armed robbery to murder, serving sentences from 2 years to 65 years. Locked in their cells for 18 hours a day, these youngsters are paying a huge price for their crimes. Boys, reflecting on how a moment of madness has destroyed their lives. "9 a.m. 2 new teenage inmates arrive. Children are tried as adults when they've repeatedly reoffended in the youth system, or their crime is considered so horrific that an adult maximum security prison is deemed the only answer. With over 50 teenage boys annually coming through their gates, the officers at Wabash know what to expect.
Well, these guys, they come in, they don't use deodorant and stuff. They don't care. I don't think they care.
At 17, Jacob Eldridge is back for a second visit to the juvenile block, after breaking his parole on a previous conviction for carrying a handgun without a license.
We got a good program here, but once in a while, they just don't do the program. They go out and get in more trouble and come back. And one of them here just did that. He got out, and now he's back again.
So how many times have you been here before?
Once. It's my second time back. But it's my last time back. You sound very sure about it. I am. Looking at the camera?
The other new inmate's story is typical of the youngsters at Wabash. A few minutes of their life, followed by huge consequences.
My name's Ireland McKeegan. I'm 16 years old and I got sentenced for 10 years for robbery.
Ireland owed money for drugs, so he, his sister, and a friend decided to rob a family friend's house.
No, I guess you can say that I really didn't want to rob him at first. So I pretty much made it myself because the way that it planned really didn't go how it was going to actually go.
Ireland rang the doorbell. When the homeowner, a 64-year-old man, answered, Ireland beat him with a socket wrench.
Well, I'm just beating this dude up, and I don't know why. I guess if my adrenaline was pumping, I really wasn't thinking to just stop, but I just didn't. Yeah, my hands were all bloody afterwards. I couldn't see any white on my hands. He ended up being in the hospital for like 4 or 5 days. He lost like 3.5 pints of blood, broke his jaw. He had contusions to the back of his head, and what else happened? I think that's about it. Enjoy your stay.
With all their possessions, it's the walk to their new home, the juvenile facility in Block D. Completely separate from the adult prisoners, these 40 teenage criminals eat, sleep, and learn in this one unit.
It's the new guy.
There to greet them is Correctional Officer Morrissey, a former military officer whose job now is to keep the peace in the juvenile block.
A new inmate will come in, we'll place him in the cell, we'll make sure he has all his hygiene, all his necessities, and he's ready to roll. The teachers will interview him, the casework manager, counselors will interview him, medical will interview him, and then he'll be on his own. This sucks.
With 18 years' experience, Officer Morrissey has seen what it's like for new inmates.
It's scary, especially if they've never experienced this type of environment. They run the gamut between fitting right into isolating themselves in their cell. We have to treat each individual as an individual. Some are very aggressive, and the unit will respond the same way. Some of them are very passive. It just depends on the personalities that come in. They all seem alright, you know. They all said hey and what's up, so it seems pretty cool so far, so we'll find out. I'll go home with my family and get an education and just go home. That's a big reason why I want to kind of, stay out of trouble while I'm here. And do good and get out.
Prison officers aren't the only staff to work in the unit. New inmates Jacob and Highland have an induction from the casework manager, Alita Burnett.
Okay, on this first one, as we're going through this, I want you to check off when I tell you to check off what we cover on that.
Alita's job is to offer the boys counseling and guidance.
It'll be a good opportunity because we have some really great teachers here. These kids are not coming from a healthy place, period. So they may feel like the whole system, the whole world has given up on them long before they even got there. And that wouldn't surprise me, you know. What I like to say is our children aren't throwaways, you know. We need to get them back out and be healthy. They're just not healthy. This is all the rules and regulations. I really want you guys to read through these because ignorance of these rules and regulations is no excuse for conduct, just like ignorance of the law is no excuse. I try to be firm, fair, and consistent with all of the kids, and a lot of them, they don't like to displease me and, that type of thing, but I don't know if I want to be called the mama. That's a lot of babies to have to take care of in there.
The majority of teenagers at Wabash are in for sentences of 10 years or less. However, being tried as adults means that those who have committed horrific crimes will spend much of their life in prison.
I'm Jesus from State of Praise. I'm 17 years old, and I got sentenced to 65 years for murder.
Jesus has been involved in gangs from a young age.
I've been drunk, I've been hit with bats, I got stabbed in my leg, I've been shot at. Ain't nothing new to me. I see this every day. Feel me? I live this life. You feel me? It ain't nothing. So I never got shot though, surprisingly.
One June evening, out driving with friends in his hometown of Elkhart, he spotted a rival and an argument began.
He was throwing gang signs or something, and he said I don't know. He said something. I got possessed or something. Something came over me. That's when I felt like something just. That's when I felt that.
In a fit of anger, Jesus fired one shot.
Yeah, I seen his face too. I remember seeing him surprise face.
"16-year-old Braxton Barhams was dead.
I know it, me and him didn't get along, but damn, I just took his life. What the fuck? What did I just do?
Jesus is now spending 65 years at Wabash, reflecting on that one moment.
I guess I don't like talking about it or something.
What's the main reason that you did not tell me about this?
Because that's what changed my life. That's what changed everything. I feel like when that happened, my life stopped too. Because I don't know, everything else is just gone.
Teenagers at Wabash get 1 hour of recreation in the morning and 1 hour in the evening. Part of the staff's philosophy not to punish, but to rehabilitate.
If you have just punishment and no rehabilitation, then you're doing nothing. You're just housing people, and you're not helping them turn around, and then you're going to dump them back onto society. So basically, you just shot yourself in the foot, because they're going to go out and be the very same they were when they come in, and maybe worse.
I'm tired of being locked up. I'm in a penitentiary. Ain't got no money on my books, and I'm so hungry. Man, I'm locked up.
I'm Marquise Lee. I'm 18 years old, and I got 15 years for aggravated battery.
For the better, cause I'm tired of talking to my people through these letters. Man, I'm locked up. I'm trying to make it in the industry. I'm trying to get big. You feel me? I'm always gonna feel me. Remember where I came from. I ain't gonna never forget where I came from. Feel me? Where I grew up at, the hood. You feel me? It's positive. I'm trying to make it to the top. Crazy, I ain't even.
Marquise was 16 and on probation for theft when he committed his crime, for which he was tried as an adult.
Some people say it ain't fair because we underage. But then again, I be like, you feel me, we did you ever heard of the saying, you feel me, you do the crime, do the time, you feel me? So that's why I'm like, you feel me, I did it. So, I mean, I'm owning up to what you feel me. They charged me like I was a man, I'm gonna step up like a man and do my time.
The victim had assaulted Marquise's mother, so he decided to get revenge with his accomplices, his uncle and mother.
Excited, I was just trying to get to him. I was ready to get to him more than what I already did. You feel me? I want him to know, like, feel me, he had the right one this time. Like, he messed up. I want him to know that, like, yeah, you're not finna get away with this, so I'm finna get you. I ran up on him, and we just got the fist fight. We got to fighting, and he fell. I dropped him. He fell, and he crawled to the door. That's when I seen the chance. So, you feel me? I took out the gun, I shot him. Wow. When I shot him, he dropped. The first shot, when I learned in court, first shot, hit him in the back, in the spinal cord, and it paralyzed him.
His uncle then also fired. The victim died at the scene.
He got what he deserved. That's how I was feeling. Like, you feel me? If he did, he did. If he just got shot, he feel me? He deserved what I gave him. You feel me? He shouldn't have hit my mama.
Marquise recently turned 18 and is due to move up to adult prison. However, he's been allowed to stay in the juvenile unit in order to complete his education, as long as he avoids getting written up.
For the past 6 months, he's essentially stayed out of trouble. This is part of our reward program. At 180 days, they're entitled to get a loaner TV and an hour of extra rec a weekend.
This motivation to not get in trouble. I'm get thinking like, man, I don't want to lose my TV, so if I could stick to that, I'm gonna be straight.
You're responsible for this, all right? Okay. You're now a proud owner of the TV. Take it back to yourself. The children here is different from the adults because you do tend to adopt a parental role. I don't know all their stories. I don't know all their home lives. I don't know if they think of me as a father. I think some of them do. And I have to fulfill that obligation to them as well as do my custody position. Be what they need to grow. You have cable. I don't want to see any of them come back if they go out onto the civilian population. And I take that responsibility very seriously.
From reward programs through to mandatory schooling, the staff inside the juvenile unit of Wabash attempt to provide as stable a life as possible for the boys in their care.
4 multiplied by a number plus 6 equals 46.
But some of these are teenagers trying to cope emotionally with long sentences. Indiana law states that with good behavior, an inmate has to serve a minimum of half their sentence, leaving Jesus Macedo Perez still facing being in prison until he's at least 49 years old.
I'm not calm about it, but I'm as calm as they'll get. People just try to kill themselves or go crazy like that, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers ain't the same. I ain't the same no more. But I'm not trying to deal with it like that. I'm not trying to go nuts. I'm not trying to kill myself. I still got, even though I'm here, I still got something to live for.
Jesus is looking for any way to shorten his sentence.
Hey, how you doing?
For advice, he's come to casework manager Alita Burnett.
Everything goes into play, as I told you from the very beginning, conduct. So you keep your conduct, you keep going to school, get everything you can so they see you're trying to improve your life. Then you can try to get some of these things. It's tough, I know. I can see it in your eyes that you're upset.
Whatever I can do, if it's just like one thing I can do, I'm gonna try to do that one thing.
But don't get all down in the dumps yet. You're going to make the best you can of everything, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, just because I can't run out here and save you for this, that doesn't mean that I'm not interested in which way you're going. Okay? That'll work?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
thank
good.
you.
All right. I just can't even imagine being that young and being in that situation. It just doesn't even compute with my mind. I just see it, but it still doesn't compute. I think he'll be okay, but, I mean, I would be devastated. But, of course, I've never put myself in that position.
Having worked in the unit for 7 years, Alita sees how a child's upbringing can ultimately lead to a crime that puts them behind bars.
They come from families that, you know, we have generations of this stuff going on. Generations of the drugs, generations of prison, and, you know, it's sad. You know, we have several in there right now that has seen a parent kill the other parent. And then we wonder, you know, it's almost heartbreaking in some ways. You know, some of the things these young little kids have gone through.
Jesus is from Elkhart in northern Indiana. His father left home when he was a toddler.
The things I remember about my dad, they were not good memories. I remember him on top of my mom. He was sitting there, and I couldn't take it no more. I grabbed something, and I hit him in the head with it, and I was young, and then like he hit me, and I flew across the room, and I just remember that part.
His mother, Irene, is unemployed and is bringing up her 5 remaining children in their 2-bedroom apartment, a 5-hour drive from the prison. They haven't seen Jesus since he was taken to Wabash.
He's my blood to blood brother, like he's my real brother, and it hurts me a lot because we were like, we have been through a lot together and stuff, and like, but we still like, I don't know, it's just hard, and I don't want nothing to happen to him.
With his family living just yards from where Jesus' gangland shooting took place, his fear is that a rival gang will seek revenge on his family.
That just stresses me out too, like thinking about like I can't be there for my family, like and all the enemies I had, like I hope they don't try to hurt my family, like I just think about that.
But it's not just on the outside where his gang life can catch up with him. Officers have caught Jesus carrying a letter containing gang-related material.
It never surprises me what these guys try to get away with. It's some of them who are facing life sentences, you know, really what do they have to lose? I mean, they've already lost their life or possibility of life out on the streets, so now it's just up to them as to the type of quality of life that they want to have. And a lot of them get persuaded with the gang activities, thinking that that's going to give them more creature comforts here inside. But eventually it catches up to them.
Do you want me to read all this to you?
I don't even care for it.
Do you understand what it is?
Yeah, that's too deep.
Many of the teenagers at Wabash joined gangs at a young age.
Some of them are not getting nurturing the way that they need to have it. And so they get into a gang. Everybody wants to belong. And then they'll get them when they're very, very young. You know, they just want to belong to something, and a lot of them get pulled in. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty?
For Jesus, this is his first write-up. In prison more than ever, gang membership is hard to escape.
Probably one of the hardest things you can do is get out of the game. Because the only way you really do get out of the game is, feel me? You know? Death. Shit. Cause, I don't know. I don't even care. I don't care about shit. Fuck that, man. I'm tired of this shit.
Many of the teenagers at Wabash have absent fathers. Many of them are fathers themselves. Today is visiting day, and it's particularly special for one prisoner.
My name is Anthony Sanders. I'm 17. I was sentenced to 8 years for 2 counts of robbery.
Anthony has a son, and today will be the first time he's seen him since he arrived at Wabash over a year ago.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I ain't seen my son in a long time, and I just wanted him to feel my presence. You know, get the feeling of his dad being around again, talk to him.
His girlfriend, Nene, and his 2-year-old son, Anthony Jr., have made the 2-hour drive from Indianapolis to visit.
It's hard to explain, but we're excited. We ain't seen him in over a year. So yeah, we're happy.
I'm telling him I love him, see if he tells me he love me back, stuff like that. That's really it, man.
Oh my God, there you go. Junior, who that?
What's up? What's up? You good? As I can't know, what's up? I'm your daddy, say daddy. What's your mama? You gonna leave me? What's up? Say daddy, what's up? You don't even remember me, huh? What's your mama? Oh, yeah, I want to. Say what's up? Say daddy. What's up? Keep crying. What's up?
It's crazy.
So, say what's up? Mama, daddy, mama, daddy, mama, daddy.
This who you always talking about.
Say daddy.
He wants to have a family. He wants that so badly. They're children themselves, so, that's quite a responsibility, even for somebody who hasn't gone through some of the things they've gone through already.
You don't even know who I am, Junior. You made me mad.
You look the same.
You didn't see I look different. I gotta look see you here.
No, you don't.
A lot of the kids are in relationships, and of course, they're wanting their girlfriends to marry them and all of this. I mean, it is crushing for them when they move on. And it's crushing for them, especially if they have a child with that person, because that happens quite a bit.
I'm not gonna let you go till you say dada. Dada? Yeah, big boy. Huh? It was wonderful. At first, I was kind of mad. He didn't act like he didn't know who I was. He was a little shy, but I figured it out. But overall, he started calling me daddy. He came through. He made my day. It was fun. Yay. Say please. Made me feel real good. Made me feel like a father. What does that feel like? Make you feel like you're important. You know what I mean? Let me know I really do got some people that love me. Because when you ain't got too many people out there at home, when somebody looking up to you, it make you feel important in some type of way. Make me feel good. Yeah. And if he made my day, I'm ready to go back to my room and just chill.
It's Memorial Day, a public holiday in America, and the prison put on a special meal for the boys in Block D.
They are getting extra food, extra calories, special treats that they don't normally get throughout the week. What is on the menu today?
Barbecue chicken, seasoned pork, tossed salad dressing, and fruit dressing.
Hey, look, chicken look burnt. Salad always look good. What's corn cool? You know what it's supposed to be? What is it supposed to be, Kim?
It's strawberry shortcake.
Ah, man.
It's supposed to be.
What you think about your tray, bro?
If they don't like the prison food, inmates can also buy treats with their own money. Blake Lehman has been at Wabash for over a year and has saved up for some ingredients to make a cake.
At the bottom, I got honey buns, crushed up to make a dough. And I put some cookies on top of that, some peanut butter, and then more cookies, and then some honey buns. And then this is some icing that I made, because it's the closest thing to icing we can get. Some chocolate and some peanut butter, a little bit of milk, mixed it up.
He's celebrating a big moment in every child's life, his 18th birthday.
It's the second birthday I spent in jail, so, it's really just another day. So that's why I made a cake, so I tried to make it special. It's my 18th birthday. little bit more chocolate, you know. Yeah, I think it was good. That's birthday, you know. The best you can do, really. Don't get any better than that. My name is Blake Clement. I'm 18 years old. I was sentenced to 55 years for murder.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Blake. Happy birthday to you.
As a teenager, Blake was involved in petty crime and had been expelled from his high school.
I hung out with my girlfriend a lot. You know, we were close. I was getting high every day. I was smoking. I wasn't really worried about all that stuff, you know. I wasn't thinking too much about nothing.
Blake and 4 friends decided to break into a house in search of some quick money.
Almost kicked the door to the back and got inside. And there was another door to the kitchen that was locked too. I think someone kicked that too. I didn't know anyone was there until there was actually gunshots. You know, that's when I kind of figured out, you know, somebody's home. I didn't know, and I didn't hear anything. I just heard the gunshots and turned around and ran the other way. You know, and that's what all of us did. We all ended up running away, you know. So all three of us, me, Denzel, and Jose, ended up in the closet. But as Denzel was running towards the closet, he had got shot in the chest. And, you know, so he's climbing the closet and he's bleeding, you know. And as I'm climbing the closet, I got shot in the leg. So we're all three in the closet, and, you know, I'm bleeding. Denzel's actually dying. And you can almost see, like, his, you know, his spirit leave his body. You know, like, you could just tell it was over. You know, and it was bad. It was real bad.
With their friend Denzel dead in the house, the homeowner called the police. The remaining 4 were arrested and taken to the local jail.
I found out while I was sitting there that they were charging us with murder. You know, and at the time, I kind of thought, okay, you know, if they don't know what happened, I'm like, you know, they haven't talked to anybody, you know, they must think, you know, we killed Denzel. They must think, you know, they must have something switched around, something mixed up or something.
But there was no mix-up. Under Indiana law, if someone dies during a burglary, all those breaking in can be held accountable.
The prosecutor said there was a murder committed. You know, the homeowner was just in what he did, which, you know, it is what it is. You know, it was his home. That's right. And he said someone has to be held responsible. So he felt we were going to be held responsible because our actions resulted in what happened.
The jury found the 4 guilty of murder. Blake was given 55 years behind bars. Time to reflect on how it had gone so badly wrong.
My biggest regret about that day is the whole day. You know, I mean, hell, I should have just went home. Why was I following when I should have been leading? You know, why was I, you know, not thinking for myself? You know, not thinking farther ahead, not thinking about what could happen, what could go wrong, you know, so... Yeah, I definitely regret that day. I regret a lot of everything about it.
There's been an incident in the youth block. Marquise Lee is charged with assaulting a custody officer and is about to go through the disciplinary process. The previous evening, Lee threw liquid at another offender, which also hit the night shift custody officer.
I know it may not sound serious, but it is very serious. If they throw liquid or anything else or any assault to staff, if we would not take that seriously, we would be assaulted all the time. Can you tell me what happened?
He told it the best. I mean, you feel me?
So you threw it on Offender Buchanan and it hit the officer?
Yeah.
If it's urine and all of this, when you throw it at somebody, it could contain viruses. So it's very serious. Tell me how you're going to plead. I'm going to tell you right now, you're probably not going to stay in here.
What?
You're 18 years of age and I can't have you, even whether you meant to do it or you were playing around. I can't have you do that on a youth unit. You're 18, right?
Yeah.
So how you going to plead?
I don't get how I'm supposed to plead.
Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Oh, yeah, I plead guilty. I did it.
Okay.
If he's moved out of the juvenile block, Marquise will miss the chance to complete his education in there.
I'll get it if I intentionally meant to do it, you feel me? Meant to get it on the CL, but I didn't, you feel me? And that's for me. I don't know, man.
hearing officer, Sarah Chapman, is responsible for deciding the sentence.
Okay, Mr. Lee, I found you guilty. Don't throw illicit substance on staff or offenders. 1 month phone, 3 months seg, 45 good days. I don't play when it comes to throwing stuff. You're gonna have to go sit and seg and think about what you did.
The SEG, or Segregation Unit, is the solitary confinement wing for adult prisoners.
How many days in sick?
90 days.
3 months.
It's a sad day, but if anybody's heard me talk in orientation or talk to them, I tell them how important those conducts are. And, if you want to take a risk, then, that's on you.
He was on this unit even though he was 18 years old. He has been moved to an adult unit where he will be treated as an adult. He is not being segregated from the other influences like he would be over here. Therefore, even though he is in a cell by himself, he will still be influenced by the voices and the comments of those around him. Over here, we tend to try and shield them from that as much as humanly possible. Over there, the shield's gone. They make a mistake, it doesn't surprise me. After all, they're here for mistakes they've made. It's just a repetition of behavior. Our job here is to try and correct and change that behavior. Are we successful? Not always, no. Are we successful some of the times? Yes. We just be happy for our successes and go on our business because we can't dwell on the failures.
One of the goals for the boys at Wabash Valley Prison is to complete their high school education. 18-year-old Blake Lehman recently took his final exams.
I have some good news for you. Yes, you passed your high school equivalency. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Good work. All right?
Thanks, man.
So, maybe you can move forward from here, right?
Yep. That's fine.
Okay. Good work.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming down.
Thanks. What does that mean to you? Like, I don't know. It means I got an education now. I don't know. I'm happy though. I failed the first time, so, I'm just glad I got it done.
With his schooling complete and having turned 18, Blake is now eligible for the next stage of prison life, the adult wing, where he could spend the next 53 years.
You hear all these stories and stuff like that. I'm just, I see it for myself. And I got a lot of time to do. I could sit over here for till I'm like 21 or something like that. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna have to go to the general population eventually. I'm gonna have to go to the adult block eventually. So get out the way. Let's go.
Blake's mother, Angie, visits every 2 weeks. She is in less of a hurry for Blake's move.
I'm nervous about him going to the adult side. I know he's got a couple buddies over there that are waiting, but I just know that there's a lot of grown men over there that have actually committed murder and horrifying crimes. Hi, honey. I miss you.
She's come with Blake's brother, sister, and girlfriend to see him for the first time since his 18th birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
As well as bringing up her other 2 children and holding down a job working with people with disabilities, Angie's had to deal with the stigma attached to being the mother of a convicted murderer.
I've heard such negative things through the last year. Even us parents should have been convicted, or we should have been charged, things like that. But as a parent, we can only do so much. I mean, we can only lead them so far. We can only give them so much advice. As teenagers, we all know we all make dumb choices and do things that we wish you wouldn't have done.
From her perspective, the mistakes juveniles make is not taken into account in the US system of trying children as adults.
I think we have a juvenile justice system for a reason. I think all juveniles should be charged as juveniles. They're not adults. They don't think like adults. They haven't learned like we have. These kids should have a chance to learn from their mistake, and they didn't get that opportunity.
For Blake and other teenagers at Wabash, such as Jesus, at the beginning of sentences longer than their life so far, hope of release is something to cling on to.
Being locked up for this much time, I want to find out things I can do. I know there's something out there. At least give me some time cuts or something like.
The prison library could help Jesus find an answer. Adult prisoners work as clerks to help guide fellow inmates through the complex US legal system.
How can I learn about the
this like that and this.
His murder charge, combined with his gang activity, meant he was looking at a sentence of 130 years. So he took a guilty plea in court, in return for a reduced sentence of 65 years.
So basically, this is your first step trying to do anything about the PCR. You know what a PCR is for, right?
I know it stands for post-conviction relief. It's to reduce your sentence. So.
You can reduce your sentence and get your sentence overturned. It can be anything. Go back and get your retried. You know what I mean?
But I took a plea, so it doesn't matter though.
On a plea?
Yeah.
Well.
I don't hold a lot of hope that he's going to get a shorter sentence out of this. Nobody's going to get him out of here in a year. Nobody's going to get him out of here in 2 unless they overturn his whole case. It's just not going to happen.
Every prisoner, whatever age, whatever crime, has to come to terms with the consequences of their actions.
I regret everything I did. I regret making money, even though it was good. I regret making money the bad way. I didn't realize it was affecting people. It was affecting people that were addicted to drugs, like I don't know, like stuff like that. I guess I was too young to realize I was. I mean, I'm 17. I was 12, 13, 14, 15. I hate myself for what I did. And I understand why people hate me. I get it. I know why it is. I feel it. Like, I hate myself too.
Whatever a child's future holds, it falls to the staff to guide the inmates through their time as best they can.
If one of the young men have years and years and years, the only thing I can do is help them endure it, I guess. Giving them hope is not, I can't do it.
I would like to see them have a better life, and I think that takes a lot out on you when you know you can't really provide that. I'm always trying to bow out of there. It's hard on me, so I'm ready to pass that crown over to somebody else.
I'm tired of being locked up. I'm in a penitentiary. Ain't got no money on my books and I'm so hungry. And I'm locked up. Ain't got no money on the phone. My back against the wall and I'm all alone. Man, I'm locked up. See, this right here gon' change me for the better. Cause I'm tired of talking to my people through these letters. Man, I'm locked up. Being locked up in this room driving me crazy. And my brain is getting lazy. Man, I'm locked up. I'm in a penitentiary. Ain't got no money on my books and I'm so hungry. And I'm locked up. See, this right here gon' change me for the better. Cause I'm tired of talking to my people through these letters. Man, I'm locked up. Been locked up in this room driving me crazy. And my brain is getting lazy. Man, I'm locked up.